Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Crimi-Trent. Today, in honor of poor Australia, I'm having everyone do a tutorial on koala bears. There's a mommy and baby bear. It's pretty sad, all the photographs and what's gone on with the fires in Australia and the poor animals that have suffered. This would be a great tutorial just to do sitting around if you're looking for something to do, or you want to make a nice card for a new mama or for Mother's Day. But I'm doing it on Australia today, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So of course I'm going to teach you how to draw koalas. Maybe fairly simple. Circles and things like that. But basically, circle for the mommy ears. Put the mommy ears like this. The nose is like this. Well, it's a pretty rough sketch, but the baby will be here, and the baby's arms here, leg holding on to the mommy's arm, body and leg, and then you just put the tree behind them. I'm just doing a rough funny sketch. I think going forward I might start to do put my actual, you can do download my drawings in a download on PDF, either on my website or Patreon. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to figure that out, only because I have regular work that I'm trying to get done, and my clients are breathing down my neck. But anyway, that's the rough, fast sketch of how to do it. It's pretty simple. I mean, the circles and ovals with little arms here and there. You can figure this out. So let's get started. Okay, so I've drawn my koalas on my piece of which is 100% cotton paper. This is like a 5x7 piece. Small size, you can make it bigger, smaller. Well, smaller might be harder, but bigger would be fine. So I'm just going to get my Grumbacher number 10 brush, as so, wet it, and I'm going to use Paynes grade. I'm going to do very light wash on this guy. I'm going to wash in his face, or her face. Actually, it's a mama bear, isn't it? Her face. Just gonna wash it all in. Might bleed up a little color up here. Just bleeding in on the top. I'm going to go wash in the ears. Like so. Leaving that space inside the ear. That's going to be pink. I feel like I washed in too much, so I'm going to take some of the ear gray color out. Use my paper towel. Dab that out. It's the beauty of paper towels. There we go. I'm gonna wash in his body, her body. Light color. This is all Paynes gray. Just filling it in. You can fill in the little baby with this gray color. Just a light wash. I left the nose blank because then if I want to use a highlight, I mean, I could go back in and use gouache for a highlight on the nose, but I'm going to keep it white so I can do the highlight with the actual paper color. Oh. Paynes guy got a little muddled using ivory black. Alright, so I'm filling this in. little too dark, so I'm going to go back in and wash that. So I'm just filling in the koala's ears and the body. From here you can start to add in some of the shadows. I'm going to actually add to the Paynes gray a little ultramarine, make it more blue gray. I'll zoom in on the guy, on the gal. Now it's a little wet. I feel a little wet, which is okay if you want it to bleed, but it's going to bleed into the other guy. So I think I'm going to dry this and then come back so it doesn't bleed too much. So I'm playing around trying to get this darker color in here, but I want it to blend. I don't want it to be too dark in some areas. So we're going to dry this koala and come back. Oops. Okay, it's fairly dry enough that I can work with it before it would just bleed right into the other color, and then we don't want to do that. So now I'm going to work on the shadows underneath the mama and baby koala. Obviously it's going to be darker. And you can just tap in that color. See, I'm like highlighting around where the baby is and then throwing in the color. Now how I'm going to blend this is that I'm going to take some of the paint off, just get a little one on my brush, dab it on the paper towel, and just try and blend it in. Adding a little more of the color again. Filling out the arm. I'm going to keep adding until we get the right tone that we like. I'm going to fill in the little legs. Like I said, I added some ultramarine to my Paynes gray just to make it a little more blue gray. Just talking about other things here. People have emailed me or asking like what they can do to improve the particular design they were working on one of my tutorials. I can't actually email everybody and tell you what exactly and fix it. It's like that's I just don't have time. Sorry. That's a lot of like one-on-one type of teaching, which I can't do. I mean, I give you my tutorials, which is the best I can do. That type of teaching is reserved for people who do one-on-one classes, which I am not doing because I cannot. Because I actually do YouTube on the side and I have a regular job, which is actually art licensing. I design things that go on products that you see in stores. So as much as I'd like to help you, I can't always do that. All right, so getting back to the koalas. As you see, I keep adding some more of the shade tones. And then taking some away with my brush and water. Okay, and I'm going to put a little shadow under this little koala. Just a little one. Baby koala. And I'm going to do the baby ears. Fill that in. So you see, I don't know if you can see paper towel, but I'm constantly tapping the paper towel. I'll add a color, and I'll tap it, get it off. And then I'll go take my brush, dip it in the water, tap it again. Stop moving it around. This is something you have to play with. You don't have to be following these things exactly. Watercolor is something, even myself, constantly playing with and fixing and altering. It's not set in stone by any means. I'll keep adding. Shadow or shade where I think it works for my design. Okay, now we're going to fill in the tree and let this dry a bit before we get into the detail. Excuse me, I'm itching my eye. Very strange winter this year. I feel like I've never had allergies. So I have this brown mixture of burnt umber and raw umber. It's going to flush it. Well, it looks a little too red, so I'm going to add a little yellow to this. Still looking red. Goodness. Okay. I have a yellow and red, so we're going to put a light wash of a brownish yellow color, a tree color, where the tree is that the koala is holding on to. I find it so sad to see all those videos of the poor animals all displaced or hurt or injured. They're the ones suffering so badly when things like this happen. I mean, it's out of our control, which is sad. I mean, nobody wants to see anything suffer. Alright, so we're going to fill this in. The stump part on top we'll make a little darker. And then we can start adding in some of the darker tones of the tree under the koalas. Just building again, same thing with their coat. And you can make this tree as dark and light as you want. Right now I'm playing around with the color myself. It's looking a little orangey yellow. So I'll probably be adding in some more red browns. Just keep filling it in. And it's still fairly wet, so if I wanted to bleed in, because this paper is really good for that, I can do that. And I will show you again. So grab some of the burnt umber, a little ivory, black, get really dark. I dab it on the paper towel. We can just put that in there. And it's bleeding fairly nicely because I'm not using a large amount. I'm just tapping it with the tip of my brush and letting it bleed on its own. Again, just tapping it lightly. Just keep tapping at the tip. Grab some of this paint, tapping it. Get even darker concentration of the color right under the, the koala. See how that just pops right out? Because the koala color is so light. Whenever you put light next to dark, it's gonna make it pop right out. And go in and put it on this branch. Wash it down here. I'm dabbing paper towel, as you see, and I'm just kind of washing it this way. Then I'll wash it up here. Again, you can go in and play with the washing in the darker color. You want to keep adding. Till it gets where you like it. You might not like it as dark, you might like it lighter than this. Whatever works for you. So wash in. This color. Okay, I'm going to work on the leaves. I'm going to use a smaller brush for that. I'm going to use a pointy one too. The Princeton number 8 long round velvet touch brush. Has a great point to it. I mixed up some green earlier. This is like a medium green with some yellow. You can make it have more yellow in it, more brown in it, a little brown to it. Gonna wash in some pretty little leaves connecting to the branches. This brush is great. I think I've shown a tutorial on how to do leaves. It's like a left and a right, fill in the middle. A left and a right, fill in the middle. Use the belly of the brush to fill it in. Use the point of the brush to make the points of the leaves. It's fairly simple. These are still fairly wet, so if you wanted to add darker tone, it's gonna bleed in not pretty. You might want to wait a little bit before that happens because it might come in pretty nasty. I'll show you an example. I have this darker green up here. It's really gonna bleed. See, it's going. Well, maybe not. Like some medium green with that. It's a little too dark. It's like black almost. Okay, it wasn't too bad. And touch the bottom over here. You can touch the tip or the bottom. I do both sometimes. All right, so now we're going to work on the little ears. I've got like a rose color here that I've already mixed with some orange, and it looks a little brown, so I'm going to add rose back in. I'm using my bad brush to reconstitute the rose. I'm putting it in here. Grabbing the pointy long round brush, and I really want this light, so I'm getting this fairly wet, and then I'm going to dab it on the paper towel. I'm going to go in and wash it in the ears. Just a little wash. Not too much. You can add a little orange to that. Tone it down a bit so it's not so pink. Cute. While that's fading and drying, you can use the same brush because it's got a great point. And we're going to grab some really concentrated Paynes gray, just slightly watered down, and go in and add some little spikes and more details of the koala. See, I'm just spiking out his hair, or I'm sorry, her hair. Just the edges of the bear's face and the ears, and like where their paws are. Give them little fur lines. Just little lines. Just adds another dimension and element to those little guys. Right out here, add a little fur. Can add some in here. It might bleed because it's still drying. You see them in little spikes. Fairly simple. All right, we're going to go in and grab some of that concentrated Paynes gray or ivory black, and we'll do the nose. We'll fill this in and leave a little halo, like I said before. A cute little nose. Fill it in, leave a little halo. For the eyes, we didn't do that. We didn't leave the eyes, so we can add. It's not so bad if you leave it with the gray halo. Just ovals with a little halo. The baby, you can make eyes open or closed, whichever you feel is great. Maybe a closed little baby sleeping. Be kind of cute. You can put a little mouth on there, you don't, but play around with it. I'm going to add a little more darker tone so you can see the fur. Not too heavy though. Just a touch of this black or deep gray here and there, because it will overpower the look of the koalas. You want them soft and sweet. Okay, that's done. I'm going to go back into the branch. I'm going to add, the tree, some darker tone tree elements. Just like lines and blobs, just to give it that look that it's a tree. It's not flat. So it's starting to take shape now. And then up here, the trunk. You can do that line, circular line. Just adding on a little more elements to make it a little realistic. Obviously it's not, it's kind of cartoonish, but you get the idea. This would make a great card, Mother's Day card, or a new baby, if you have a friend that's having a baby. And I would go back, and if you want to, put in the leaves and add some darker tones, give them some more dimension, put some lines in there. Like so. You want to put some dark leaves behind it. Just, keep changing things up. You can put some more veins in there if you wanted to put some veins in the leaves. Basically, this is fairly straightforward and simple. Isn't that sweet? So I hope you liked this tutorial. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, please, let's save the baby and mama koalas. It's so sad what's going on in Australia right now. I just hope that it's over with the fires there and the animals can continue to heal and grow. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.